Tuesday, December 27th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I hope everybody had a great Christmas weekend. And now as we are heading through this week between Christmas and New Year, we have yet another powerful moisture-packed storm system moving through the region today. And that's bringing kind of a variety of weather to the region. Let's start off with a look at the radar imagery this morning during the 5 o'clock hour. And most of what you see is rain. However, the exception is up in the mountains, and it's cold enough there in some mountain areas for some freezing rain this morning. And I can't even rule out a little bit of freezing rain, at least in name only, in western parts of Surry County and on up into the foothills of the the foothills of Virginia as well. But for most of us, it's a chilly rain moving on in. There's the broader perspective. Now, this part of the storm system, when you get back here into northeastern Arkansas, up into southeastern Missouri, parts of Illinois and Indiana, that is snow on the colder side of the system, but everything you see here except for that area I mentioned in the mountains is rain. Now, in terms of active severe weather or weather-related watches and warnings, all these blue counties across the southeast, those are all various wind-related products, and it will turn into a pretty windy afternoon as this system moves through. Temperature-wise, a little bubble of warmth ahead of the system in parts of Alabama, Georgia, southern South Carolina, and Florida. And that warmth will be creeping into at least eastern parts of North Carolina a little bit later on today. And there will be some severe weather threat. There's the day one convective outlook, and it's roughly, although it's a little west there, but roughly I-95 over through the coastal plain. And that's where the best risk of severe weather will be. I can't rule it out maybe in the eastern parts of the Charlotte and the Triad viewing areas, but I think for most areas it'll be the coastal plain that sees the greatest severe weather threat today. Another potent system diving on into the region, and another moisture-packed system. Now let's go down the road. Here's another little clipper diving in Friday. That one will probably not produce any precip around the area. And then, look at there. That is the European model. Tuesday evening, going nuts with the storm system diving into the area. More on that in just a second. Here's what the RPM is printing out for 17Z today. That's noon. And you have a band of some heavy rain close to Interstate 85. And again, what's going to happen is you're going to have a wedge front that's gradually retreating. And along into the east of that front, that's where the severe weather threat will be today. So I can't rule it out as far west as Charlotte or the Triad, but I think more likely the severe weather threat today will be in the Triangle and the Sandhills region over toward the coast. Even if we don't see severe weather, everybody's going to get into some pretty breezy conditions later today as this system pulls through. So here we are this afternoon, early this afternoon, rapidly strengthening system. And these west winds are really going to begin to crank later on. Could be some gusts to 30-plus miles per hour. And I can't even rule out a few trees coming down due to the saturated ground combined with those winds. Now tomorrow, much more docile day. It'll be a chilly day, though. We're looking at highs tomorrow in the upper 40s and lower 50s in the foothills and the Piedmont. Thursday first, it'll be low and mid-50s for highs with lots of sunshine. There's the Clipper system diving in Friday. No precipitation outside of the mountains with that one. And then we get into New Year's weekend. Here we are, New Year's Eve. Looks like a docile day and actually fairly mild. Highs well into the 50s. Could even be a few low 60s on Saturday. And then there is New Year's Day on the GFS. The cold front approaching that is gone to the east of us by Monday, with much colder air spilling in on Monday for the GFS, and that's a cold high pressure over the southeast on Tuesday morning. Now let's look at the European, a much different scenario. Here we are on Monday, with a cold front approaching, and then as all that upper-level energy dives in behind it, it cranks a surface low in the eastern Carolinas by Monday evening, and that really bombs out in intensity, and that's some snow in the westernmost parts of North and South Carolina, and then up into the Virginias, and then this turns into a major winter storm on the European for parts of the Maryland, Northern Virginia, West Virginia, and up into the Northeast, and that's a very, very cold day, Tuesday, with clouds and some snow flurries or snow showers on the Carolinas and the European. Will that happen? Yeah, maybe, but that is certainly an extreme solution, and I am not at all ready to say that's what's going to happen early next week. I think that is certainly the extreme solution. So we'll see. It certainly looks cold, a pretty good shot of cold air by Monday and Tuesday of next week. Now, let's look at the longer range. There's the NAO trending toward neutral as we get deeper into January The Arctic Oscillation also doing that same type of thing. So it looks like we're going to try to see the Atlantic-based indices get a little bit more favorable for maybe a more sustained cold type of pattern in the eastern U.S. as we get deeper into the month of January. All right, that is it for today. Thank you for watching. Everybody have a great day, and God bless.